4. Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. Welcome to the first edition of Full Court Press Basketball Podcast, sponsored by the Family Meeting Podcast. I am your boy. You can call me Mr. 100 Yards of Running, aka now you can call me Mr. Full Court Press. I am your boy Reggie. What a season we had in the NBA, folks. It's been a great season for some teams. I'm breaking down the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited about tonight because tonight we get the play-in tournament for the 7th and 8th seeds in both East and Western Conference. Let's start with the East. I'm excited about the East because we got some teams that has shocked us and surpassed Boston for that number one seed. I'm talking about the Detroit Pistons, y'all. They got the number one seed, finishing the season with 60-22. That's very impressive. That boy Kate Cunningham was hungry this year. He carried that team into the number one seed. Detroit was nothing to play with this year, y'all. They got home court advantage throughout the playoffs. And like I said, tonight, to play in, we got Charlotte, we got Miami. The winner of this game plays Detroit. They go to the Motor City, y'all, and play the Pistons in the first round of the playoffs. Is Detroit hungry? Can Detroit Pistons make it all the way? Let's see. The number 2 seed, ladies and gentlemen, we got those Boston Celtics. Now, they started struggling throughout the year. Tatum came back. Tatum was injured. Jaylen Brown was carrying a load with Derek White. They traded some pieces away. And now, with Tatum coming back, Boston finishing the season the way that they finished off the high note. They got the number 2 seed, y'all, finishing off with 56-26. Number 2, and it could have been anybody's spot, but Boston got it. The number 3 seed, y'all. Y'all see the hat. Y'all see the background. Our New York Knickerbockers, y'all. Go New York, go New York, go. Finishing off with the 3rd seed, 53-29. Knicks finished off strong this year like they did the last year. To me, the Knicks just need another big man. We got too many guards and Towns to meet, and this is my opinion, to me, Mitchell Robinson and Cat need help in that paint. And if they could get a decent number 3 big man to do so, I could see the Knicks going as far next year as the number 3 seed, possibly the number 2, possibly the number 1 seed. But let's see what the Knicks can do this year in the playoffs. I'm rooting for my Knickerbockers. Let's go, Knicks. Number 4. Y'all, now number 4 and number 5 could have went either way. But Cleveland was hungry with D. Mitch over there, Donovan Mitchell. You got Spider over there with the Cavs. You got Jarrett Allen holding it down in the paint. You got Evan Mobley helping him, holding it down. And you putting shooters around Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs can be crazy dangerous in the playoffs. They also locked down the number 4 seed, finishing off the season 52-30. And let's see what Donovan Mitchell and these Cavs going to do in these playoffs. Now, the 5th seed, this is why I said the 4 and the 5 seed in the East is very close and very interesting because Toronto was right there on the heels of Cleveland right there. They also were strong. They got some pieces over there. They got Brandon Ingram over there. They got Scotty Barnes over there. They got your boy, your former Nick and RJ Barrett over there. And with Emmanuel quickly over there. Toronto can do some things in the playoffs as well if those players stay healthy. Let's see what the Raptors could do in the playoffs. And I'm going to talk about the playoffs, but I'm breaking down the standings right now. Toronto finishing off the 5th seed with 46-36. Now, the 5th and the 6th seed could have been the top. But because Toronto beat the Atlanta Hawks 2-1 in this series, and they both finish off the season 46-36. Because Toronto had that 1 game advantage over the Hawks, Toronto take the 5 seed. Atlanta finish off with the 6 seed. Both teams finishing off with 46-36. And this is why the play-in tournament is so interesting tonight, y'all. Like I broke it down tonight, starting the playoff tournament. We got Charlotte and Miami. Now, the winner of the Charlotte Hornets and the Miami Heat tonight move on to either play Detroit or they wait to play the winner and see what happens when the 76ers tomorrow night play host to the Orlando Magic. Now, if the 76ers beat the Orlando Magic tomorrow night, then the 76ers in the playoffs get the number 7 seed and play the number 2 seed Boston Celtics. Now, that's a team, like I said, you do not want to see Boston in the playoffs. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is different, especially Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is a different beast in the playoffs, and Boston got that 2 seed lock, and they got home field advantage on lock. Boston is a team that can be dangerous in the playoffs. They went to the finals a couple of years ago, or 2 years ago, and won the chip, and now they hungry because OKC knocked them and took the throne last year. And I'm going to get to OKC in the Western Conference, but I'm on the East right now. So the winner of the 76ers and the Orlando Magic, they play the Boston Celtics in the first round in the best of 7 series in these playoffs. Now, Charlotte and Miami, that's tonight. The winner of this game take the number 8 seed or wait to the loser of the 76ers and Magic. So the winner of this game waits on the loser of this game, the 76ers and Magic game, to take the 8th seed. The winner of the 8th seed go to the Motor City and play the Detroit Pistons in the first round. So let's get to the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, ladies and gentlemen. In the first round, you got Detroit waiting to see who they're going to play in the AFC, which is to be determined. You got the number 4 seed Cavs playing the number 5 seed Toronto Raptors in the best of 7 series. In my pick, and I'm going to make my predictions, y'all. Spider is a different person in the playoffs. The Cavs, and when they're healthy, they are dangerous. I got the Cavs in 5. I'm not counting Toronto out. I see Toronto at least winning 1 or 2 games. But if I had to pick in this series, I got the Cavs in 5. Now, this next series I'm about to talk about is for my New York fans and my ATL fans. So we was waiting to see who we had in the first round of the playoffs, and now we know it is Knicks, Hawks, first round of the playoffs. I'm so excited about this series, which a lot of my New York fans should be excited about this series. Knicks got home court advantage throughout the playoffs in this series right here. The first 2 games is in Madison Square Garden, y'all. And I know a lot of people are going to be making a lot of noise coming to the Garden. Game 1, Knicks, Hawks. The Garden is going to be rocking. Spike Lee going to be in the house. Tracy Morgan going to be in the house. Fat Joe going to be in the house. You don't know who you're going to see in Madison Square Garden. Knicks, Hawks. Game 1. I think it's this weekend coming up, Saturday or Sunday. We are so excited to see what our Knickerbockers can do. Let's go Knicks. I got the Knicks in 6 in this series. Now, the reason why I say the Knicks in 6, because the Hawks, they are a hungry team, and they got some key positions, and they picked up some key people. Picking up Jonathan Kuminga from Golden State. Now he's playing in the ATL. And you got Nick Alexander-Walker leaving Minnesota, going to the ATL, making the Hawks dangerous on defense. And you still got guys like Herter, but the Knicks, we on the Knicks. We hungry this year, y'all. I'm saying it right now. We hungry. We got Big Body Brunson. Cat, we need you to step up and be big. Mikal Bridges is Mikal Bridges. He steps up big in the playoffs. We need OG to continue to be OG Anunoby. And we need other guys on the bench to step up, especially Mitchell Robinson. Mitch, we need you to step up this game. We need players like Carl Clarkson, and we need players like McBride to step up and get some of those other guys chances to show their talent. Put Kolek in there. We didn't pick up Tyler Kolek to just to showcase him off in the season and not play him in the playoffs. Mike Brown, you got to play smart, especially with an Atlanta team this talented. But I'm still saying Knicks in 6. It might be Knicks in 5, but here we go. The Celtics, like I said, the Celtics await the winner of the 76ers and the Orlando Magic. Now, with the 76ers finishing off with 45 and 37 in the play-in tournament, they finished a game under Atlanta, which is the best slot for them. Shout out to my loyal viewers, my brother Silent Thought. You know, my guy, one and only, perhaps, you know, shout out to him. But back to the Boston Celtics in the playoffs, especially in that TD Garden. Boston is a dangerous team to play in the playoffs, and you do not want to see them going home. I see a repeat of last year's Knicks, Celtics, a repeat again, and this year, like I said, I see the Knicks being hungry this year. So if it is Knicks Celtics in round 2, we can see what's going to happen with that. But let's see what happens. That is the Eastern Conference. Now let's talk about the Wild Wild West, y'all. We got OKC, the reigning defending NBA champions, finishing off with the number 1 spot with 64-18, y'all. My boy SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, was balling. He got Chet Holmgren over there. He got my boy Luke Dort over there. He got my boy Alex Caruso, the former Laker, over there. OKC is dangerous, and they got some pieces on their squad. They got Jay Williams over there balling out. So OKC is dangerous in the playoffs, y'all. So let's see. Now, the number 2 seed shocked me this year because I was thinking it was going to be Denver. But I got to give credit where credit is due. Shout out to San Antonio and Victor Wembanyama, y'all. Victor Wembanyama is going to be a problem. He's tall. He's talented. He can shoot the 3. He's dangerous in the inside. And don't go in the paint against Wembanyama because he's sending your shot to the bench. It's the way it is. I'm sorry. But the San Antonio Spurs can be dangerous in the playoffs, y'all. With a record of 62-20, y'all. The number 2 seed. And they young, they talented, and to me, they picked up the right pieces to back Wemby up. So let's see what the Spurs could do in the playoffs, man. They could be really, 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 really dangerous. OKC versus the Spurs. Now, if that happens, that could possibly be a Western Conference Finals match. So, like I said, and like we all know, the West is stacked this year. So, if the Spurs is going to do that, they got to stay healthy. And Wemby got to continue to play the way Wemby was playing past the All-Star break. The next team I want to talk about, finishing them with the 3rd seed, is the Denver Nuggets. Now, we all know Jokic, former MVP of the league. He Mr. Triple-Double 2.0 to me behind Westbrook. He's a center. He's dangerous. He still got Jamal Murray. He still got Aaron Gordon. But they added other pieces like my boy Cam Payne from the Brooklyn Nets and other pieces surrounding Jokic. So they picked up Valanciunas to also back up Nikola Jokic, putting the slack off Jokic because Val can also be that player that Jokic is. And Denver can be dangerous, y'all. They finished the 3rd seed with 54-28, which is impressive. The number 4 seed, you see the shirt. Rest in peace to the legend Kobe. Shout out to the LA Lakers. Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, AR-15, and DeAndre Ayton. This team right here, if they can stay healthy, could also be dangerous in the playoffs. Luka Doncic in the playoffs is a different animal, and so is Austin Reeves. If I'm the Los Angeles Lakers, I do not need to put all the slack on LeBron. He also got help. You got Hachimura. You got Jackson Hayes coming off the bench who could get you a double-double. The Lakers' problem is they need those backups to step up and help Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves in the playoffs. It can't just be them two. The number 5th seed is the Houston Rockets. Now, Houston, I think they were the number 4 seed last year. They're falling down a notch this year with the addition of Kevin Durant on this team. You got Amir Thompson, and you still got Şengün. Houston could be a problem, y'all. So, in the playoffs, it's going to be dangerous, y'all. Let's see what's going to happen. With the 6th seed, we got Ant-Man, my boy Julius Randle. You got Rudy Gobert and those Minnesota Timberwolves finishing the number 6 seed with a record of 49-33, setting the play-in tournament for tonight. For the Western Conference, y'all, we got Phoenix and Portland, y'all. We got Jeremy Grant going up against Devin Booker. Now, if I had to pick a winner of this game right here in the play-in to go against OKC, OKC is a team that you do not want to see in the playoffs. And so are the San Antonio Spurs. The winner of Phoenix and Portland tonight goes to San Antonio to take on Wemby and the Spurs. If I had to pick a winner of tonight's game between Phoenix and Portland, I know Devin Booker is going to ball out, but the rest of those guys in Phoenix got to help him. That could just detain. But with the right pieces, with Dame Lillard coming back to Portland, I don't know what we're going to see in these games and the play-in. So that's tonight, Phoenix and Portland. Now this game right here, the last play-in game, is very, very interesting in the Western Conference because we got 2 future Hall of Famers in my eyes going head-to-head. We got Kawhi Leonard and the LA Clippers going against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Now, I'm going to start on the Golden State Warriors, and for one reason. Shout out to my brother Anthony, a.k.a. Buddy, because I know you're going to be watching this. And this is strictly for you, my guy. The problem with the Golden State Warriors is this. And some people might agree with what I'm about to say, and some people are going to disagree with what I'm about to say. The Warriors' problem, it's not Steph Curry. It's not them bringing in Kristaps Porzingis. It's not them trying to bring in Jimmy Butler from Miami, which is part of their problem. It's not the fact that they picking up pieces, bringing in Gary Payton II, bringing him back. You let Jonathan Kuminga go. You let his contract go. Now he's in Atlanta. You need to get rid of Draymond Green. He is the problem for y'all team. He is weak in the paint. Even though some people might disagree with what I'm saying. Oh, nah. Draymond is a beast in the paint. Draymond's the next Dennis Rodman. What are you talking about? No, he is not. And that's just me being real and me speaking personally. If you the Golden State Warriors, your problem ain't Steph. Your problem ain't letting Klay Thompson go to Dallas, let him walk out the door. Your problem is Draymond Green. If Draymond Green would have been traded, you think Kevin Durant, another future Hall of Famer, would have went to Brooklyn instead of staying with Golden State? Absolutely not. Now, for the real Warrior fans that's watching, y'all know what happened in the locker room with Draymond. You had another lethal shooter in Jordan Poole there, picking up some of the slack, and Steph Curry was all over TMZ. Draymond punching Jordan Poole in the face, causing problems with Golden State. Is that a player you would want on your roster? Absolutely not. I know if that was me, Draymond Green will not be playing on my team. You want to play like that? Trade a player like Draymond to Detroit. They're good for playing like that. Detroit will probably take a Jared Durant for a Draymond Green, a person that's going to get you a double-double in the paint. Look what Detroit did. Look where Golden State is at. They're in the play-in. They're playing to try to make the AFC to play OKC, a team that you don't want to see in the playoffs. Now let me get on the Clippers. Kawhi. He had James Harden over there. James Harden walked out the door, went to the Cavs. Now he's playing with Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs are playing the Raptors the first round of the playoffs, which I got the Cavs in 5 because I don't think the Raptors are going to handle that too much star power, doubling up with Harden and Mitchell in the backcourt. And you got Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen on the 1 and the 2. I just don't see it. Cavs got too much power for the Raptors in that first round. But I'm talking about the Warriors and the Clippers playing tournament. If Golden State wins this game, they're going to have a problem with OKC in the first round. They might win 1, they might win 2. But I got OKC in 5, regardless of the team who they playing in the playoffs. Now let me get on the Clippers. Like I said, Kawhi Leonard, the only player that I can recall, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, that has won an NBA title in both conferences. He did it with the Spurs, and for the people that didn't know that, he did it with Toronto when he was with the Raptors, beating these Warriors a couple of years ago in the finals. Now he's fighting his way to get into the tournament to possibly play OKC in the first round. Kawhi Leonard. You picked up Brook Lopez from the Milwaukee Bucks to try to back up Ivica Zubac, who y'all just let walk out the door, or sign him to a new contract. So let's bring in Lopez. And now you got Kawhi Leonard, you got Brook Lopez, Garland. You swapped Darius Garland for James Harden, which to me was not a bad trade for neither side because Garland wasn't doing too much in Cleveland other than getting injured. The same thing with Harden. Harden wasn't really doing that much with the Clippers and Tyronn Lue. So this swap wasn't a bad trade at all in my eyes. So now you got Darius Garland, Kawhi Leonard, Brook Lopez against Steph Curry, Draymond Green, possibly Kristaps Porzingis, and these Golden State Warriors, who has Al Horford, a former champion in Boston, sitting on their bench. If I had to pick a winner between the Clippers and Golden State, it's going to be tough. But me being a basketball fan, I think Steph is going to be too much for the Clippers to handle. I think Draymond's going to continue to try to be that Dennis Rodman role, the way Draymond trying to carry that team. I think guys like Pozinski is going to step up and help Golden State. They got Moses Moody over there that's going to step up. Golden State got shooters over there. Steph got his brother Seth Curry over there helping him out. So let's see what Golden State can do with this game. But if I'm being smart, I got Golden State over the Clippers, y'all, which means I got the Warriors playing OKC in the first round. And this is going to be tough for Golden State because OKC is healthy. They the defending champions, and y'all giving them time to just sit back and wait to see who they gonna play, either Kawhi Leonard or Steph Curry. And I got a feeling that Steph and the Warriors are gonna make the playoffs again, just to get bumped in the first round by OKC, because I think OKC is gonna be too much for Golden State to handle without Jimmy Butler helping Draymond in that paint. I just don't see it. Hopefully Porzingis can change that, and we don't need all these tall men shooting 3-pointers. We seeing it too much. I get that we're in a league of the three with these big men, but stick to what you know. Maybe you could go far in the playoffs, and that's a problem with some of these teams. The next matchup in the playoffs, the 4 and the 5 seed. And I'm talking about the Lakers going against the Houston Rockets, y'all. I'm talking about LeBron and Luka and company going against KD and company. Now, I'm excited about this first round because we don't know if we're going to see these two play each other ever again. Possibly this could be the last time we see KD against LeBron. I know I got my KD fans out there, and shout out to my KD fans out there. Also, shout out to my LeBron fans out there. But it's going to hurt for me to say this, and I'm saying it right here, and I might be wrong. They might win 1, they might win 2. I don't care if it's the Rockets, a hot pocket, or potato in the socket. Lakers in 5. That's just me. That's just me. And I think Luka gonna come back red hot with AR-15. I think Luka got something to prove this year. You saw the way Luka was playing. He leads the league in scoring. And like I said, LeBron don't need to do too much. You continue to get you at least a double-double. You got Ayton down there to help you. Hachimura has to step up. Austin gonna get you 30. Luka might get you 30 or 40. Let's see. Let's see. KD need help. Does he have it? Let's see. The next matchup, Nuggets, T-Wolves. You got Ant-Man going against Joker. Now, everybody knows what Ant-Man is in the playoffs. He's a sniper. He's a killer. He took out KD. He took out LeBron. The only one thing problem with the Timberwolves, everybody's like, oh, the Timberwolves for real. The Timberwolves is a good team. They are, but they also choke artists. Ant-Man could put up the numbers in the first round, but it's the other 2 rounds that's the problem for these Timberwolves. Players that can't stay healthy, and I don't wish injuries on no player, none of these players. These players and these injuries are serious. Now, Ant-Man's problem is injuries. Can he stay healthy through the playoffs, and can he be that number 1 it factor that could carry the Timberwolves possibly to a Western Conference final or NBA title or a trip to the NBA finals? Like I said, the West is stacked, and it's going to be crazy to see the outcome of these games. So Nuggets Timberwolves is going to be a toss-up for me. That's going to be a good series. A 7-game series between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. I see this game going 7 games. Here's why. Both teams going to go back and forth. Joker going to be Joker. Ant-Man going to be Ant-Man. The problem is going to be the second cast. Who's going to have the best second cast to carry their team to the next round of the playoffs? Is it the Nuggets? Is it the Timberwolves? Let's see. Is it Joker? Is it Ant-Man? Now, everybody used to compare Ant-Man to Jordan. And I wish people would stop doing that because they did it with LeBron and they did it with Kobe. Oh, and I'm not being a hater, But Kobe was the closest thing to Jordan that we have seen in a long time, and we will never see that again. And I wish people would stop talking about a debate between who's the best player, putting Kobe, Braun, and Jordan as they top. Let's stop that. Everybody know that Jordan's going to be that number one guy. If we have a Mount Rushmore in basketball, and you gonna put your top five on your Mount Rushmore, you gotta put Michael Jordan at number one. Some people might disagree with me. Some people might put different players like a Larry Bird or Bill Russell, Julius Erving, George Iceman Gervin, to name a few players. But to lead a team to championships the way Michael Jordan did, and I know people gonna say, "Oh, Jordan had Pippen, he had Rodman, he had Kukoc, he had Kerr, he had help." Can't deny talent. You can't deny what Jordan did to carry the Chicago Bulls to 6 championship rings. Kobe was the closest thing to that, leading the Lakers to 5 championship rings and retiring with a broken ankle. Rest in peace to the Black Mamba. I got him on my arm. Rest in peace to the Mamba. But I wish the comparison would stop. LeBron gonna be great in this generation. You see, everybody got their generations. Jordan was great in his generation. Kobe was great in his generation. LeBron is great in his generation. We are seeing before our eyes generational talents, and you get guys on the corner. I've seen it myself. I've even had arguments with my brothers, and shout out to my brothers who's watching this show about who will be the great. Shout out to my brother Mel. We used to bet. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Nets fan. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets, but they didn't make the playoffs. And I remember this to this cold day right here. My brother saw how great Kobe was before I had the time to sit back and be like, well, damn, he's right. He is the closest thing to Michael Jordan that we've ever seen in the league. And I lost the bet. He could tell you himself. True story. I gave my brother a Kobe Bryant jersey. That was the bet. The bet was we swapping jerseys. If the Lakers won, which they did, I had to go out and find my brother a Kobe Bryant jersey, which I did. And I was a man of my word, and I handed my brother that jersey. I wasn't scared to lose a bet. Real recognize real. And my brother Mel, shout out to my brother Mel, he realized that. But let's neither here nor there. I'm excited, y'all. We in the playoffs. So, with that being said, these teams is going to be dangerous in the playoffs. Now, the Spurs, locking down that number 2 seed, waiting for the winner of tonight's game. Like I said, you do not want to give teams an opportunity to just sit back and let Wemby or SGA, for that matter, and look what the Knicks did the last game. They sat out their starters, and they're chilling, waiting to cook Atlanta in the first round of the playoffs. Sorry, that's what they're going to do. But let's talk about Wemby and the Spurs. Chilling, waiting, talented. Suns and Trailblazers, I feel sorry for whoever win this game because you do not want to see this version of the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama in the first round. Now, with these teams being broken down, Pistons waiting for the winner of Miami and Charlotte. Now, if Miami gets shot by Charlotte getting swept in the first round by Detroit. I don't think Charlotte got the firepower to beat a team like the Pistons. So I'm picking Detroit over either Charlotte or potential Miami. Cavs, Raptors, 4-5. Like I said, I got Cavs winning this one, so we can see the Pistons and the Cavs possibly in the second round. Hawks, Knicks. I got the Knicks in 5 or maybe 6, depending on how the big men play in this league. I'm not worried about the guards. I know, like I said, in the playoffs, Mikal Bridges bringing that defensive effort, him and OG. Brunson and Cat continue to be Brunson and Cat. Cat. Sometimes you're a little girl in the paint, yo. I'm sorry. Some people will be mad at me on this show, but I'm being real, calling it like it is. Real recognize real. Stop being a little girl in that paint, Cat, and put your big boy pants on and stop playing hardball. This is the playoffs. You playing the Hawks the first round. It should be no way that you don't have the advantage over these little weak guys they got in the ATL. I'm sorry. Can somebody name me a power forward in the ATL that can handle Karl Anthony Towns? Step up, Cat. You can't be a girl against this team. 76ers. If y'all go against the Boston Celtics in the first round, y'all getting cooked. I'm sorry. Y'all getting cooked. I don't see Philly beating Orlando and beating Boston in a 7-game series. First of all, Joel Embiid is just now getting his legs back underneath him. Paul George coming back from another injury. Can he stay healthy? We'll see. Against Boston in the first round? Nah, I don't see it. Y'all getting cooked. Y'all getting cooked. And that's just to the East. The winner of this series, and I'm saying it right now, going to be waiting for the Knicks in Madison Square Garden for round 2 of the playoffs to start. And if it's Boston, because which it is, we're going to get that repeat. And some people was saying last year, oh, the Knicks only went as far as they did because JT was out. Nope. The Knicks already had the advantage when JT was playing, even though he averaged 40 and 30 in those 2 games. Who was the hero of those games? It wasn't Brunson. It wasn't Cat. It was Mikal Bridges blocking those 2 shots at the last second to seal the deal for the Knicks in those 2 series. And I told people, yeah, Mikal Bridges is some timer, but in the playoffs, his defense is another issue. We don't need Bridges to put up like at least 12 or 14. He can do that. But keep on doing what you're doing on that defensive end. Let them shoot. Tatum and Brown gonna get their points. It's the rest of the team we worried about. It's the Derek Whites. It's the Pritchards that we worried about. If we could shut down Derek White and Pritchard coming off the bench, shooting those threes, and OG, be OG, and Mikal Bridges, all you need to do is do what you did last year. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. That's just me being real. Sky's the limit for the Knicks. It's only way for the Knicks right here is up. It ain't no more looking down. It's looking up. All we got to do is get the right pieces. That's a lot, and that's saying a lot for both of these teams. Moving on to the Western Conference. Like I said, Golden State, if y'all win, y'all get OKC the first round. SGA is the second leading scorer in the NBA behind Luka Doncic. And they're the defending champs. Y'all was there, what, 4, 5 years ago? Y'all don't have the same team no more, Golden State. I don't see y'all getting past OKC in the first round. If it's the Clippers, same for them. I think that SGA is going to be too much for Kawhi and Darius Garland to handle. Clippers got to get back in gear with these new players that they acquired. HGA is going to be too much for whoever plays them in the first round. Lakers, Rockets. I'm going to say it again. And this is not me stealing anything from Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Uncle Shay Shay. Rocket, hot pocket, potato in the pocket, get a boat on the docket. Lakers in 5. I think Luka come back hungry. I think Austin Reeves come back and support Luka and LeBron, taking the weight off LeBron. LeBron, you keep dishing out the assists. DeAndre Ayton, you keep getting that double-double. You put Jackson Hayes at the power forward and bring in Hachimura and those other guys off the bench. Lakers in 5. Some people like say, nah, that's KD. The Rockets got the better team. Can the Rockets stop Luka Doncic? Possibly. If Luka get hot, Austin Reeves is hot. Can you stop Austin Reeves? Can you stop LeBron James from possibly getting a double-double or a triple-double? Let's see. I don't see it happening. Lakers in 5. Nuggets, Timberwolves. Ant-Man. Joker. If I had to pick, like I said, I see this series going 7 games. If I had to pick between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, y'all, in a 7-game series, I'm going with Ant-Man and the Timberwolves in 7. I think Minnesota is younger. They hungry. Julius Randle got to step up. Ant-Man got to be Ant-Man. They got to step up in the playoffs. Can the Timberwolves get to round 2 or possibly a Western Conference final? It's going to be tough because the winner of this series is going to see San Antonio in the second round. Because whoever the Spurs play, they're going to sweep them. We're going to see a sweep in the East with the Pistons playing possibly Miami or Charlotte, and we're going to see it again with the Spurs playing possibly the Suns or the Trailblazers. Now, when was the last time the Portland Trailblazers made it to the playoffs? Let's be real. It's been since Damian Lillard shocked them, and that's when Paul George was still at OKC with Westbrook. With the Baba. We will remember. Everybody remember that. I do not see Portland going to the playoffs again this year. I think Phoenix goes. I think Phoenix play the Spurs. And I think the Spurs is going to be too much for D-Book. D-Book need to go somewhere else, just like Donovan Mitchell did. We could possibly see Devin Booker's last year in Phoenix. And if so, it's interesting because this summer going to be interesting to find out where he going to go if that happens. I see the Spurs sweeping Phoenix or Portland, going to the second round, waiting for either the Nuggets or the Timberwolves. Now, OKC is going to sweep either Golden State or the Clippers, waiting to go to the second round. Now, I said Lakers in 5. Lakers and OKC in the second round is going to be interesting because you got the 2 leading scorers going head-to-head. Let's see who's the hungriest. I want to thank my viewers for the first edition of Full Court Press Basketball Podcast. Tune in next week. The second that the playoffs start. The playoffs starting next week, y'all. Tonight, we got the play-in tournament tonight and tomorrow. Next week, the playoffs officially start. Who is going to win these games leading to the NBA Finals? We're going to find out that journey together, y'all. I'm excited. I want to thank my viewers for tuning in. Tune in next week, same time, same place, as I cover the NBA playoffs. Tonight, play-in tournament, y'all. We'll see who's starting up. We'll see who's getting up. Playoffs is around the corner. I want to thank my viewers. I want to thank my team behind. Tune in next week. Your boy Reg. Peace and love. I'm out.